Okay, this is the Clara Awards and the Clara Award nominees, and this is Christmas Day, and we don't think that we're going to go out to see anything Clara Movie Award winner possibilities next week. Probably all that's going to be for New Year's is the Matrix movie, and it's not good. It's okay. So we're gonna. It's not gonna be. Yeah, it's not gonna get the best of. It would. No Time to Die wouldn't either. It wasn't that good. Stuff like that. Yeah, there's been a lot of movies out, but Luca was okay. It's not great. I mean, it's one of the great ones, but it's not the great one. That kind of thing. It was okay. The Eternals is mentioned, but it's not nearly as good as the other ones. Shang-Chi isn't even mentioned. But here are the nominees. Official given the Picture Awards. The Clara Awards is not official. It's not. It's just my choices for opinions for Best Picture, based on movies that I've seen. If I haven't seen them, they don't get rated, which was the case for such things as several years ago. Parasite was one of them that some people complained about because we hadn't seen it yet. So and when that story had come out, and by New Year's I had seen it. But actually by February of that year I had seen it. It was a little later. I didn't actually. Yeah, and then I said, yeah, it was foreign film, Best Picture, but not Best Picture of the Year. No, it was one of the Marvel movies. Anyway, so in this case, more Marvel movies. But yeah, so we have a. But this case, a Best Picture is not a Marvel movie. Best Picture this time around is Dune Part 1. The guy who did Blade Runner 2049 has done a Dune movie. It's Part 1 of a Dune remake, miniseries movie remake. Yes, and that is the Best Picture of the year, according to this thing. So it's not like this is the Oscars or something. They completely staged that, by the way. The Oscars is a pat on the back from the film industry saying, "Oh, film industry, good job." Some people have even denied their Oscars. I wouldn't mind getting one, but we're not SAG, we're not Screen Actors Guild, so we're not going to get one. If you're not in the Actors Guild, you're not getting one. If you're not in the Writers Guild either, you're not getting one. So yeah, all that expired. So here we have, Oscars is half the time they haven't watched the movie either. They see the 15 minutes of it for the Oscar contention, and then they just rate the movie. They don't see it all the way through. It's very obvious that a lot of those movies are like that. A lot of those pretentious, artsy movies that are bought up by studios do that. So we don't do that here. Best Picture do, which is kind of pretentious in places. So it works because it actually is good. Best Picture. Best Animated Film of the Year. I thought to separate the Best Picture and Best Animated Films in lieu of the Disney movies and Pixar movies getting Best Picture every year. Why not give them their own category? Say all right, Best Animated Picture of the Year. The nominees were Encanto, Luca, and Raya of the Last Dragon, and the winner is Raya of the Last Dragon. Raya and the Last Dragon, of which we have action figures of some of them here. It's the action figures that do, yeah. So, okay, and since there was no official drama and no official comedy this year, all the movies that we went to theaters because, well, the end of the pandemic. The pandemic's ending. And so we wanted to go to movies that were not, not going to be good or bad necessarily, but movies we just want to see. So that narrowed the viewing pleasure of the viewing experience. I'm only going to go to see movies I want to see. Not going to go see bad ones. Not going to go to see dreary dramas because who wants that during the pandemic? It's not necessarily going to go see knockout comedies either. Who wants to see that during the pandemic? So it's kind of in between. So I had to create a sort of category to fit this. So I said best action drama and best action comedy. Because otherwise, yeah, and of course, the Fast 9 is not going to win anything. It's not even there. Not even an honorable mention. But this time we have, oddly enough, a Best Action Drama film winner is Ghostbusters Afterlife, which is not a comedy. It's a drama with some comedic elements. So it's not a comedy. If you go in that movie thinking this is not supposed to be funny like the 2016 one was, which wasn't all that funny. Queef jokes, yay. It was okay. But no, Ghostbusters Afterlife is a good drama. Action drama. And then, of course, the split that up with what would action comedy be? Because you got to have comedy. Best action comedy, there weren't a lot to choose from. Would have either been the animated movies again, or something like Luca or something. Or it would have been Free Guy, which was a movie with Ryan Reynolds. And Free Guy wins as Best Action Comedy of the Year. That I've seen. So yeah, the rules of the Clara Awards since the 1990 or so. And YouTube since 2009, roughly, is that it's my opinion. It has no bearing on the movie industry at all. If I like something like Free Guy, it has no bearing on. It's not going to be mentioned on the IMDb. It's not going to be necessarily. Well, it might be mentioned on Rotten Tomatoes, but it's not mentioned on IMDb because we had connections to Rotten Tomatoes years ago, and some of that stuff pops up. I actually did a review of that I got on Rotten Tomatoes of Left Behind 2. Apparently, I was the only person that saw it, so they put my review up there. I was like, "Wow, okay." But yeah, I said, something like, it was boring, something like that. Yeah, it was. It was boring. Okay, honorable mention will probably be Matrix Resurrections. Sure. Yeah, this year we've had a slew of movies that weren't. So this is not an awards show. Nobody's going to get a Clara award. No one's going to get the little old cat statue. As was said years ago, it's really gay. No. Years ago there was a flamboyant character on the Spartan Daily who I gave the Spartan Daily a Clara award in a little plaque. I put it in a picture frame. Gave him a Clara award, and the gay guy in the class said. He goes, "That's really gay," and I would know. I thought that was pretty funny. But yeah, that was pretty funny. But no, he would know. Oh my. So yeah, he would know. He went on to create a magazine. It lasted for a few years. Called Helium, I think. Yeah, that's the name of the magazine. Helium Fashion Magazine. So yeah, I had nothing to do with that. It had to do with Access and other things. Other magazines folded up. They ran out of money. It wasn't an Access 2011 thing. Anyway, so it's not an official award show, so it doesn't matter. So if I say, so somebody was still complaining about I Heart Huckabees. Somebody was still complaining about that. And it's like, if it's my opinion, why does this person care? Whether I don't like Huckabees. Why do they care? Why do they care? Nobody's hurt. Nobody cares about that movie. It must have been Mr. Huckabee himself who liked it. Anyway, so that's Clara Awards nominees. I decided to go through the what they were. Say, okay, here's the winners, because even though we're going to do a New Year's thing, it's probably just going to be a chat. New Year's, there isn't going to be any much more. On that, there's no reason to do that. There weren't very many movies this year, obviously. There were a few drama movies that came out, but I didn't see them. There was that weird Will Smith movie with kids in it. I didn't see that. So a bunch of other things. I just didn't see them. Can't rate a movie I didn't see. Anyway, so yeah. It doesn't make sense. You can't see it all. There's some movies I haven't seen. Oh well.